Hey, how you doing today? I am Tequila Coleman. Today we are talking about how to build a friendship with your God-ordained spouse. So come on in as you are tuning in, jumping on this live stream. Say hello, let me know where you are tuning in from. If this is your first time catching me live, welcome. Make sure you hit that like button and also subscribe to this channel. Also, make sure you click that notification button below this video so that you can receive notifications of when I go live the next time, okay? Because I have a lot of information I'm gonna be just sharing and just pushing out right here on this channel. So you want to make sure that you do not miss any of this good information. So again, I am Tequila Coleman, best-selling author, certified life coach, and founder of God-ordained You can connect with me over there if you have a question regarding God ordained marriages. Again, we are talking about how to build a friendship with your God ordained spouse. So, this has been a topic that God really just been stirring in my spirit for the past 2 weeks now. And I thought I was going to teach it another way. I thought I was just going to teach it like generally just talking about friendship. But as I started writing, like God always do, he just took control of the pen. And so he wanted me to really focus in on building a friendship with your God ordained spouse, because as God is having you as the God ordained spouse stand and pray for your God ordained love story to be restored and reconciled back together, there's some work that we must be doing. Okay. He doesn't want us just sitting here waiting, wishing, hoping, asking him, when God, when you're going to do this, when you're going to, do that. No, we have work to be doing. Okay. And so part of this work is making sure you are building your house on a firm foundation. The Bible says a house that is built on sand, whenever something comes up against it, it's going to fall, right? I'm paraphrasing, but a house that is built on the rock, whatever comes up against it, okay, is going to stand the test of time. And so when we talk about building your God ordained friendship, building a friendship with your God ordained spouse, this is one of the pieces to the puzzle, right? We want to make sure that we are taking out the time to build a foundation that's rooted in friendship with our God ordained spouse. Okay. So again, we have work to do during this waiting process, this waiting period. Okay. Now, when we talk about building a friendship, I need you all to go beyond, the definition what it means to be a friend. Like, go beyond Google definition of, you know, how they define friendship, because we need to clearly define, okay, what does it mean to be a friend? We need to really understand this and know this, okay, before we say I do, okay? And so this is what I'm going to be talking to you all about tonight. Well, today, I'm used to going live at night. Um, about friendships. And so here's the thing: you don't want to just get married because God said this is your God ordained spouse, right? Yes, that is great news. God revealed to you who your God ordained spouse is, but you just don't want to just be getting married just to be getting married. No. Like I said, it's all about building that right foundation. God has revealed to you this is your God ordained spouse for his specific purpose. Okay. I need you all to understand that. But like I said, you don't want to just get married, right? Just because God revealed this is your God ordained spouse. No, you want to make sure that one piece of this puzzle is rooted in a foundation, that a foundation of friendship. Okay, you want to make sure that you are marrying your best friend. You want to make sure that I am marrying someone I can trust. I am marrying someone I could be vulnerable with. I am marrying someone who I could depend on, someone who will have my back, right? You want to make sure that I can trust this individual, right? I can get lost with this individual. I can build with this individual, okay? So don't get so caught up and focus on the marriage to where you're not really, paying attention to all of the other stuff, that we need to take into consideration and make sure we are building this God ordained love story on the right foundation. So I have 3 ways on how to build a friendship with your God ordained spouse. Okay. So I hope you have your pen and paper out. Number one, the first way is for you to be God's friend first and learn from him. God is our first example. This is why I was saying we got to go beyond, looking up the definition for friend in Google, because what does that even mean? However way Google defined it, but what does that really mean, right? We have really gotten far away from what it means to be a real friend. Like if you was to really take a look at your friendships right now, you may be saying friend out your mouth, but actions are saying something totally different. And so again, we got to go beyond that. We got to go, to the first person who created, right? Who modeled what it means to be a friend, and that is God, right? So God is our first example. God sets the standards on friendship, and so we got to look to him, right? So this is the time while you are waiting and standing and praying for your God-ordained spouse. This is the time for you to really be in tune with what God is doing, the things he are showing you during this time, okay? I'm naturally just aware on this level, and I just interpret whatever God does in my life. When he moved in my life, it speaks, volumes of love, right? Care, consideration. And so I'm very aware of these things when God is moving it on behalf in my life, right? And so I want you during this time to up your awareness, okay? When you pray and you see God answer your prayer, okay? I want you to really interpret that, like look at it, number one, because God, he heard you, right? He was listening to you, right? A friend listened to you, right? So I want you to really take what God is doing right now in your life and begin to ask yourself, how can I apply this to friendship, being a friend? Because God is showing you how to walk this process out, right? Some of the things that God has, shown me and revealed to me in my life, when we talk about, God just setting that example of what it means to be a friend. See, God, every time I call out for help for him, he shows up. He has my back. So he's already setting that standard in my life that, a friend is someone who have your back, right? He also, one of the things God is always doing with me, he reveals secrets to me, right? And I keep his secret. And that is another thing about when we talk about being a friend, okay? Because your God ordained spouse, they will want to know if they reveal secrets to you that you will keep these secrets, okay? And so it's very important, because when you break the secret, that also means you just broke trust, and then you have problems showing up in the marriage. So, just be mindful of that. But God, he reveals his secrets to me. He corrects me, he rebukes me, he disciplines me, right? Because I don't always get it right, he will. Oh my God, when God corrects me, I don't like it, because when he corrects me, it's more in a fatherly tone. You know how fathers got that tone to their voice, and I don't like it. But it whips me back in shape. It gets me back in alignment, and gives me back in order. But that's what a friend is, okay? A friend will rebuke you. A friend will correct you, okay? A friend will give you that truth, okay, in love. Another thing is God is very patient with me. He know I'm not going to always get it right. He know you're not going to always get it right? But he is very patient with us. He will walk with you just like a friend. He's not rushing you, to do this or to do that, right? He's very patient. And God is also kind, right? God, he very kind-hearted. And he will also give you words of encouragement, okay? Because while you are standing and waiting on, God to restore and reconcile you back with your God-ordained spouse, there's going to be times where you're going to, get sad, get down, feel like giving up, even wonder if God, did you forget your own promise you made to me, right? But God would come in, he will send encouragement your way, okay? And that is a true friend. Friends don't like to look at their friend being down and sad and just leave them there. No, they're going to encourage you. They're going to, tell you, you better not quit. You better get on up from, you better get up from here, right? They're going to continue to encourage your spirit, okay? Another thing is, like I said, he lifts me up whenever I'm feeling down. He stands up for me. This is a big one. And God is teaching me in this season um that my love language do shift, right? There was a time in my life where my love language for that particular season was quality time, right? And so, I'm talking about the Five Love Language by Dr. Gary Chapman, I believe that's his name. But my love language at one particular period of my life was quality time, where you know where God understood I needed that one-on-one time, with people in my life and with him, right? But now I'm coming to realize that my love language has shifted from quality time to now acts of service, right? Not saying that I don't need quality time, and I do need it, but it has really shifted. And I'm noticing how when God stands up for me, when he go before me, right, and speaks on my behalf or clears my name, when he just when he does whatever I ask of him, it really moves me. It communicates love to me. It communicates that he have my back, that he's real, right? He hears my prayer. And that really fills me up with love. Okay. So, speaking, our friends should speak our love language. Okay. And if you don't know your love language, this is the time where you want to be putting in learning, what is my love language? How do I feel loved by others? You have to know this about yourself. You can't go into this God-ordained marriage thinking, because God chose your spouse for you, that this individual know everything about you and they're going to meet all your needs. No. You're going to set yourself up for failure. While you're waiting, okay, in this waiting period, you are to be learning everything you can learn about yourself, so that when God send your God-ordained spouse back home or back to you, you can now communicate these things to him or her, right? So that they can now get a chance to get to know you on that level and meet your needs. Okay. But like I was saying, the way how God, just shows up and as a friend to me, he stands up for me. Um, he gives me gifts. He really does. He will send me gifts. Um, you know, my son, let me just brag on my oldest son right quick, okay? Because he just graduated from high school, and everybody blessing him with cash app, gifts and stuff. And we were at the store, and he was like, "Ma," he was like, "I got it. I got it. I'm gonna go ahead and buy, the items we need, And I was like, boy, like, I got it. I'm the parent, And he was like, "No, I got it. Just relax." So I said, "Okay, all right, go ahead, But I looked at it, and that was God's way of, just blessing me in that moment, through my child, right? And God also knew I was gonna have a hard time with that. Because I'm like, keep your money, boy. Keep your money. But he gives us gifts, okay? Just because, I call them just because gift, right? And God also makes you better. He don't leave you the same way. He would not leave you the same way. God is all about progressing to that next level, elevating, right? We should never be staying the same, okay? So he sharpens you. He has sharpened me. He makes me better. He places anointing on my voice, give me that favor when I need it, right? So again, while you are standing and praying for your God-ordained spouse, I also want you to be taking a look at, how is God moving in my life during this time? What are the things that God is speaking to me? What is he showing me in my dreams? Because it's communicating relationship. It's communicating something that pertains to friendship. And I need you to begin to make the connection, so that as you are learning, I think it was today. Yeah, it was today. I uploaded a video where I talked about corrective experience, right? Some of us, all we know is toxic relationship, right? Toxic friendship. And so the reason why I want you to be aware during this time of how God is showing up as a friend to you is so that he can correct, whatever friendships in your past that were toxic. He's showing you this the way. This is the example. This is the standard. This is how a friend is to treat you. And when he show us this, now we can show it to ourselves and then also apply this with our God ordained spouse. Okay. I hope that's clear. The second way how we begin to build a friendship with our God ordained spouse, if you are just tuning in, we are talking about building a friendship with your God ordained spouse. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share it out with another stander who is also standing and believing God for restoration and reconciliation. The second way how we build friendship with our God ordained spouse is by being our own best friend. I am a firm believer in getting to know everything about yourself. Okay. This is one thing I just specialize in. Okay. I really believe this is part of how God built me because I love to be alone, to myself. I need that alone time. I need peace, right? And quiet. And in that quiet time, I'm always learning something new about myself. I always want to know this. Why am I like this? Why do I have this personality type? Why did I respond this way? I'm always trying to learn something about myself. Okay. But this is the time where you want to become your own best friend. What does that mean? Can you trust yourself? Before you try to get somebody else to trust you, can you trust yourself? Can you depend on yourself? This is how we become our own best friend. You got to start showing up for yourself, okay? Can I depend on me? If I'm running late, I don't go. That's how I am. I love to be on time for whatever events I'm going to. If I don't care if I'm 1 minute late, I might find an excuse not to go because I just train myself to be dependable and to show up on time. So can you trust yourself? Are you dependable? Are you reliable? Do you keep your own word? Right? Do you have your own back? Ask yourself this, right? Do you let yourself down? Because again, however way I'm showing up while I'm single, I'm gonna do the same thing when I'm married, right? I can't expect my God ordained spouse to have my back if I don't have my back. How does that really look when you're single and you don't even have your own back, right? That can look like you not keeping your own word or you breaking your own word, right? That can look like knowing this bill is due. I'll say it another way, knowing the light bill is due, right? But I got the money, but I choose to put the money on something else, an outfit or whatever. And now we sitting over here with the lights off. You don't even have your own back, right? You have to show yourself, I got my own back. I am my own support. Okay. I don't need anyone, right? Like I need God. That's it, right? When you are able to stand on your own 2 feet and you know who you are and you can trust yourself, you're reliable, you're dependable, right? You trustworthy. Come on now. These are benefits to a marriage. You could take these things now to your God ordained spouse and say, here you go. This is what I bring to the table, right? So you have to take the time out right now to get to know who you are. Okay. You have to become your own best friend. Okay. I also want you to ask yourself, what type of relationship do I have with myself right now? Do I have a toxic relationship with myself? Because if you do, you're going to bring that into this God ordained marriage. Okay. So you want to shift from having a toxic relationship with yourself to a healthy relationship with yourself. How do you know if you have a toxic relationship with yourself? How do you talk to yourself? Do you tell yourself you're so stupid every time you make a mistake? Or do you affirm yourself? Or do you, allow your mistakes, to teach you what you didn't know, right? I don't look at failure as failure. Failure just taught me what not to do. So now I know when I try it again not to do that last thing I just did because it just taught me, not to go left, to go right, right? You got to begin to take this time out right now to assess yourself, okay? What type of relationship do I have with myself? Do I have standards? Do I just allow people to come in and out of my life? My family already know. Family and friend already know. You show up at my house unannounced, I'm going to look at you out this window as if I'm not here. I don't play that. You call before you come here. Everyone know this, right? So Begin now to develop that healthy relationship with yourself by talking to yourself, in a nice way, just being good to yourself. Okay. Yesterday, my daughter and I, we went and because she's 7, we went to the mall. We got our nails done, pedicure done. She was a little scared because that was her first time getting a little pedicure done. But I'm like, put your feet in there, come on and relax, right? But I'm teaching her how to take care of herself, how to love herself, how to, have that I don't really want to say it is healthy relationship, but I'm teaching her, part of this relationship with yourself is building in self-maintenance days, right? You got to take time out for yourself. So again, while you are standing and waiting on God to restore this God-ordained love story, be your own best friend. Okay, God already set the example. That's why I started with, number one was learn from God. Be God's friend. Allow God to teach you what it means to be a friend. Okay. Don't go off of what your parents taught you on what it means to be a friend, because their definition or their teaching may be toxic. It may be unhealthy or unrealistic, right? We got to go back to God to get the standard. This is his relationship. This is his love story. So I need to go back to my source to see how he want me to show up, okay, in this God-ordained marriage. All right. The third thing I want to talk about when we talk about building a friendship with your God-ordained spouse is you want to redefine what it means to be a friend according to scripture. Okay. You want to redefine what it means to be a friend according to scripture, because some of us have this idea, what it means to be a friend is to gossip about you or to stab you in the back or to, how you have those one friend, they one way with you and then another way with someone else. That's not what it means to be a friend. Okay. So we got to redefine, okay, what does it mean? What does the Bible, how does the Bible define friendship? Okay. This is how we begin to transform our mindset. Okay. What to say? Be ye transformed by the renewal of your mind. Okay. This is how we transform. So according to the Bible, a friend, number one, it sticks by you like a family. Now, I do have the scriptures for this. I'm gonna just call them out, but it sticks by you like a family. Now, in Proverbs chapter 18, verse 24, it say, friends come and friends go. This is the Message Bible version. It say friends come and friends go, but a true friend sticks by you like a family. Now another version say a man of many companion may come to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. I want to point something out right here. You see how it say a man of many companion may come to ruin. Sometimes we can think because we are surrounded by a lot of people, oh, these are all of my friends, I'm doing good. You might want to do a circle check, okay? Because I'm sure everyone who you have surrounded yourself with are not walking with you. They are not for you. They probably, doing some stuff behind your back you're not aware of, okay? And so, like the Bible say, a man of many companion may come to ruin, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. So your friend should stick closer to you just like your brother. Okay. That's number one. Number two, a friend lay down their life for their friend. And this is what we're doing as God ordained spouses who are standing for our prodigal spouse. We are laying down our life, okay, prayer on behalf of our prodigal spouse. And the reason why I say we are laying down our life, because the enemy is attacking us, because we are coming up against the enemy's camp, right? The enemy gets upset when you pray, right? So we are laying down our life each time we pray and stand and rebuke the hand of the enemy off of our God ordained prodigal spouse's life. Okay. So this, you already, doing what it means to be a friend. So continue to do that. But understand and know a friend lay down their life for their friend. Okay. Number three, iron sharpens iron. Okay. To sharpen means to make better. To sharpen is to improve. To sharpen is to enhance, refine, perfect. To sharpen is to make something stronger. Okay. Now let me tell you something. This is in Proverbs 27, verse 17. It say, iron sharpens iron, and one man sharpens another. Now, this don't have anything to do with God ordained spouses, but I want to talk about this when we talk about friendships and iron sharpening iron. Okay, we got to come away from these one-sided friendships where you're the one who's doing all the pouring and they the one just doing all the taking. Right? We got to come away from these friendships where you building up this individual, but they're pulling you down. Right? You bring good news to them, and after you share your good news, you got high energy. Here they come with their doubt. We got to cut these one-sided friendships out. We have to get around people who build us, who make us better, who improve us, who refine us. Okay. Iron sharpens iron. I need you to be on my level. I can't come down to your level and bring you up. No, that means if I got to come down to your level, that means you are a mentee. And and God is using me to mentor you in your life. So I can't call you a friend. Okay. So understand, a friend supposed to sharpen you, make you better. Okay. Not bitter, make you better. Okay. Number 4, a friend loves at all times. Understand. Amazon is out here. I'm trying to see if they're coming here. Okay, they're not. Understand. There's going to be times in this God ordained marriage where you and your God ordained spouse are going to have some disappointments. You're going to have some arguments. I don't do arguments, but you're going to have some disagreements, right? You still got to walk in love. That's not the time to give up. Okay. You still got to love them. Okay. Love them through the argument, love them through the disagreement, right? There's going to be times when you or your God ordained spouse may not be operating in your right mind. Again, you continue to love. You continue to rebuke the hand of the enemy. Begin to rebuke that mind of no understanding. Begin to rebuke that reprobate mindset off of whoever it is that's operating this way, right? And still walk in love. Okay. One of the things God taught me during this stance of standing for, my God ordained spouse is love. Like the Bible is true. When it talks about love, it covers a multitude of sin, but it also, when God talks about loving your enemies, right? Love is the key. Love confuses the enemy, right? When you walk in love, God will cause your own enemies to behave in ways that are favorable to you. So we got to begin to understand, okay? We got to become love, okay? We have to become love. We got to understand that God is love. And because God is love, and since God created me in his image, that also means my spirit reflects God's spirit, which means I am love, right? So love is already on the inside of me. So all I got to do is make the decision to walk in love. When you upset me, I have to make the decision to not allow my anger to get the best of me, but still walk in love, respond in kind ways, right? Okay, this is how we begin to grow and get better. But you got to love your spouse through the good and the bad. Okay, you're not going to have 24/7, 365 days, just good days. No. No. You're dealing with a human being, okay? But you got to still stick in there. You got to love them through the up, the down, the good, and the bad, okay? Number 5, when we talk about, redefining what it means to be a friend according to the Bible, a friend is aware of the company it keeps. Okay, the Bible says bad company corrupts good character. You have to be mindful of the character of the company you are keeping around you, and you also, and I could testify to this because I used to be married. You also want to make sure, okay, and be mindful of who you have around you when you get married. Okay. You don't want a lot of single women around, hanging around in your marriage. That's a learning lesson for me. No, ma'am, you don't want that, okay? But you want to make sure that you are aware of the company you are keeping around you, because they will influence you in ways that goes against your belief, right? They will some of their bad habits will rub off on you, right? And sometimes we're not even aware of it. We just around these individuals, we talk to them, every day. We just kicking it with them, not even aware that they are influencing us, not even aware that I'm picking up their bad traits, right? I'm taking on their characteristics, right? When that's not who I am, right? So be mindful of the company you keep when you say I do. Okay. You better be mindful of who you have around your God ordained spouse. Okay. Really. I don't even want to go into detail, but look, that first marriage taught me a lot. Uh, Number six, a friend is wise. Okay. It's basically wise. Okay. You got to have wisdom. Okay. And not just worldly wisdom, but you need, godly wisdom. Okay. And to be walking it out. Okay. Number seven, a friend will lift up his friend when they fall. Now, let me find the scripture for that, because right here, Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 9 through 10. For if they fall, one will lift up his fellow. Let me tell you something. It's not the season for you to be around people who, when they see you falling, they just looking at you down there. They're not trying to help you. They're not trying to lend no helping hand. It's not the season for that. Okay. You know how sometimes you could be around people, family and friend. But you could be around people who love to hear, your struggle. They love to hear. They there for that struggle. They're like, come on, girl, yes, tell me all about it. What did he do? What happened? But when you ask for help, they know where to be found. That's not the season for it. Okay. A friend will lift up his friend when they fall. Your friend should be lifting you up. Your friend, when they see you falling, should reach back down and give you a helping hand. Your friend should be giving you advice on how to get better, how to improve. Okay, they should be encouraging you, right? It's not always about money. But give me an encouraging word. Okay, how can I make this situation better? How can I, get better? Tell me something, right? So that's what a friend does. Okay. Number eight, a friend forgives. Enemies hold on to false, wrongdoing. They love to remind you all this stuff. A friend is going to walk in forgiveness, okay? Because a friend understands, okay, we are going to fall short. We are, this same friend who may have hurt you, they already know tomorrow they might hurt you. So who am I to sit up here and be walking in unforgiveness, being offended, holding on to grudges? No, ma'am. We gotta let that stuff go. Okay. So a friend forgives your fault. It doesn't hold things over your head. You know, if it's anything like me, I want to talk about it. Let's clear the air. I don't want to go to bed, mad with you. Let's clear the air, okay, and start fresh in the morning. All right. That's how I see it. Number nine, a friend, let's see. The two of you should both be mutually encouraged by each other' faith. Again, that's another scripture. Let me find it for you. Romans chapter 1, verse 12, that we may be mutually encouraged by each other' faith, both yours and mine. Now, see, and you should. Okay. Now I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna come out of the God ordained merit part, but this should be in all your friendships. Okay. Again, we got to come away from these one-sided friendships, where I'm encouraging you, but all you give me is doubt. I don't got time for that. Give me some encouragement back. Okay. Encourage my spirit, stir my spirit up, help me. Okay. Like, come on now. It's all about becoming better. Wait a minute, I lost my spot. Yeah, but we both should be encouraged by each other faith, which also means, because that sounds like we need to be equally yoked, right? We should be believing in the same God. A lot of people say, oh, I believe in God, but let me look at your actions. Let me look at your words, right? So if I'm talking about God, and I see this happen a lot in my friendship, I shouldn't even say friendship because I cut them off when I see it happen. But I be so excited when God, be moving on my behalf, when he reveals stuff to me in dreams, and I go to share it with people only for them to doubt that's not God. Or they get silent. And then all of that brings your energy down. I don't have time for that. Okay. I need you to be on the same level, getting excited, knowing that God does speak through dreams. Okay. Knowing that God, you should have your own personal encounter. You should have your own revelation, of God. What I say shouldn't be a shock to you. You should be like, girl, yes, he did it for me last week, right? That's that energy. We need this type of energy. Okay. So, and I'm not faulting anybody if you never had these type of experiences with God, but just understand to be a friend is to be equally yoked. Okay? It really is. Jesus wasn't, he didn't refer to his enemies as friends. He called it what it is, an enemy. Right? So we got to be equally yoked, right? Believing on the same level, right? Um, a friend will also rebuke you. I think I talked about this earlier, but a friend will rebuke you. A friend will tell you the truth. A friend will hold you accountable, right? The reason why your friend will hold you accountable because your friend see that greatness is on the inside of you. Your friend already see your potential. Your friend already know, okay, it's more in you. Come on, right? They're not going to settle, just for anything when they already see it's more in you. They already see, you can, just tap into, just a little bit more and pull out your best, right? They're not going to just settle for anything, right? So a friend is going to rebuke you in love, okay? And understand why they are rebuking you because God probably have already told this individual to share this with them, right? So they are being obedient to their father, right? And rebuking a person, that is an act of love because, God's saying his rebuke so that is I look at it like his warning so that we don't destroy ourselves, right? But a friend will tell you the truth. I know that's one thing about me. I'm a truth teller. So you're going to get this truth. Okay. And I'm going to try my best to say it in love. Okay. And number 11, a friend uh is love. A friend is going to manifest First Corinthians chapter 13, right? It's going to walk in love, right? A friend is going to be patient with you. It's going to be kind to you. It's going to be very confident and secure in itself because a friend doesn't, compete with you. A friend isn't jealous of your success. It celebrates you. It's like, come on. I know you got more in you. Come on. A friend is like, that's it. Come on. It's a more success on the inside of you, right? A friend is humble, it's not going to be all arrogant, but it's humble, it's polite, you know, it's open, right? A friend, so you know when you're in those one-sided friendships because they're selfish, right? But when you're walking with a true friend, they're open to hearing your recommendations. They're open to hear, well, what do you think? How you think things should be, should go about, right? They open to it. And they would take whatever you say into consideration. It's not just one-sided, what I say goes. Nah, come on now. But a friend is happy, is content, right? And they want the same thing for you. Okay. And also know friendships never end because love never ends, right? Friendships never end. True friendships, they never end. They may separate, but when they come back together, it's gonna pick up as if the separation never happened. I remember a couple of years ago, back in 2011, that was around the time I had joined my church. And I remember when I was taking our membership classes, and it was this lady who was sitting next to me. And I remember hearing the Lord say, y'all going to be friends. And I was like, huh? I was like, I don't know this woman. Right. I'm talking back to the Lord in my mind. I'm like, I don't know this woman. And so we had homework to do. And I heard the Lord say, go ahead and give her your phone number. I'm like, I don't know her, right? I'm all scared. I'm like, I don't know her. She gonna think I'm crazy. So before we left out of the class, I just wrote my number down, because when the Lord want me to do something, He placed an urgency in my spirit where I got to do it. So I wrote my number down, and I was like, hey. I was like, I know you don't know me, but here's my number. If you need some help with the homework or anything, maybe we can help one another. But here's my number. Give me a call. And so just from that interaction, because she called me, she was like, oh, I'm so glad you did that, because I'm new to the town, I'm new to Detroit, and I was looking for friends, and I was like, wow, look at God, right? And so long story short, we stayed in contact. She stayed here for about 2-3 years, and then she just out of the blue just disappeared. Um, and I was like, wow, I was like, okay, we had a good friendship, but then she came back 6 months later, and she called me, and we picked up as if nothing happened. Okay. I mean, we just came right back together. Hey girl, what's been going on? Tell me, all this stuff, right? And that's how it should be, right? With your friends. And you should just pick up as if nothing happened. Okay. You Love never ends. It never fails. It never gives up. Okay. It's going to continue to love you. It's going to walk with you. Okay. It's going to be there for you. Okay. So those are the 3 things on how to start this process of building your friendship with your God-ordained spouse. Again, just like how I said earlier at the beginning of this live, just because God is telling you this is your God-ordained spouse, okay, don't be so focused on, okay, getting married to where you miss building up this friendship foundation, okay? Because you want to marry your best friend. You want to marry someone you can have fun with. You want to marry someone you can trust. You want to marry someone you can depend on. You want to marry someone who's going to have your back. You want to marry someone who will stand up and protect you, right? You want to marry someone who will respect you, right? And so you want to take this time out now while you are preparing, and God has you standing and praying for your God-ordained spouse. You want to take this time out now to learn what it means to be a friend. Okay. And we learn this by first being a friend of God, so that He can set that example and standard, right, in my life. And then I'm going to learn how to be a friend of me, right? I'm going to learn how to be a friend of me, by just being more aware of myself and how I show up. Can I trust me? Am I dependable? You know, um, do I even like to be alone with myself, right? Or am I the type that always need people around? I get irritated with that. It's nothing for me to just sit and quiet. I like being around people, but then I need my little peace and quiet too. But this is the time to learn about you. What is your love language? How do you feel love? And then here's another thing. I didn't say this. Hey Maria, thanks for joining us. I didn't say this, but just take a look at your previous friendships in the past, right? What are the things you didn't like about, those friendships? Write that down, because that's telling you, okay, well, I didn't like this, so I prefer this, right? This is how you begin to really get a better understanding of, yourself, and how, like your own definition of what it means to be a friend, right? Like I said, I don't like one-sided friendships. I really don't. Mm-mm. And I also don't like, because I was thinking about this last week. I have high energy, right? And when God, one thing about me, I can't be in friendship with people who do not believe in God. Because I talk about God. 90% of my conversation are about God, right? So I need you to not be on my level at that level, but I need you to believe in God, be able to communicate with me about God, right? Because that's what my conversation is going to be about. But what I was rehearsing in my mind last week is, it's very disappointing to me when I'm calling up people I consider to be friends, share with them. I'm all excited and I'm sharing with you, oh, God just gave me the dream. God said this to me, or God gave me this vision, right? Only for you to come with your doubt, only for you to get quiet. That's frustrating, you know. And so I'm like, it caused for me to like really take a look at, is this really someone I want to be friends with? Because it brings my energy down, you know. I hope it's clear what I'm communicating here. So just understand, when we talk about friendship, okay, God is our first example. You have to be a friend of yourself, and then redefine friendship according to, you know, what does Bible say. Okay, so I'm gonna open up for Q&A. If you have a question around building your friendship with your God ordained spouse, or even with yourself or with God, or if you just got a question around God ordained spouse or marriages, go ahead and drop them in the comment section below. Again, we are talking about building friendship with your God ordained spouse. I am Tequila Coleman, founder of God-ordained marriages.com. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and like this video and share this out with someone else. We are in a season where God, you know, He's doing a new thing. And we are also in a season where God is taking back His marriages, right? And so, what this means is we're going to start seeing God ordained marriages springing up, coming to pass, okay? And these marriages, they're not going to make sense. Like when you look at it, it's not going to make sense to the natural eye. But for those who see in the spirit, or you will see, you will understand why God chose these two individuals to come together for His specific purpose, okay? So God called me to this space to help get my God ordained spouses ready and prepared to enter into this God ordained marriage. Okay. So, this is one way how we get prepared, by building. It's all about building on the right foundation. And one of these foundation is a foundation that's rooted in friendship. Okay. But not just any friendship. You don't want to build this God ordained marriage rooted in the world's way of defining what it means to be a friend. No, because it will come crashing down. You want to build this on the right foundation, a foundation where God has already set the example. He already set the standard. He already defined, this is what it means to be a friend. Okay. Walk with the wise. Your friend should sharpen you. Your friend should make you better, right? Your friend should be walking in love with you. Your friend should, you know, lift you up when you fall. He already gave us the blueprint. Now it's all about implementation, right? Let's take action. So that is it. I am Tequila Coleman. I'm about to go ahead and log off. Thank you all for joining and tuning in. I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great rest of your evening. I'll talk to you all real soon. Take care.